So once you open ChatGPT window, you need to go here to the GPTs option and then click on the create button and start configuring your custom GPT. You can give it any suitable name as variance commentary bot description. Now further, you can either paste the instructions here, or you can also attach a couple of files in the upload file section, which will help the custom chat GPT to understand your expectations, where you can provide some examples or SOPs or your financial policies or your threshold guidelines. So let me just show you a sample that I have created in order to create this particular custom chat GPT. So this is the SOP that I have created, which is the objective of this custom chat GPT is to ensure the standardized and insightful variance commentary across all financial reporting. Structure of the commentary should be: first, calculate the variance amount and the variance percentage from the actual and budgeted numbers. Bullet point format, bold all numeric figures. Make sure to give 2-3 clear reasons per line item. For example, if it is salaries, it should tell that it could be due to, say, some unexpected hiring, or maybe due to overtime. Some further guidelines like comment only if variance is plus minus 10% or greater than 50K. Use actionable language like due to, driven by, resulting from. Another one is enclose negative variances. That is when actual is greater than budget for expenses or actual is less than budget for revenue in parentheses, and format them in red. If the variance does not meet the threshold, respond in line with budget. I've also added an example here where for a revenue having a budget of 100K and actuals and 150K, it should proceed with writing the commentary like this: revenue is 50K higher than the budget, primarily due to 10K due to early client onboarding, 10K one major deal close ahead of the schedule, and 30K due to repeat client business added to the uplift. And then defining how do I want my output of the commentary, where I have asked it to provide me an Excel that can be downloaded. So this is my SOP commentary. Now you can also provide it a prompt library where you can list a few examples in the form of a sample P&L, where you have written how your commentary should look like in an ideal way. I've created another document called guidelines. For commentary, trigger rule should be at least 10% variance, or this might be a repetition from the SOP, but if you have certain common tags that you want to explain here. So if you have been doing the variance commentary for a while, you would know what generally cause revenue variances for your organization, and similarly for expenses. This kind of tagging makes it very easy for ChatGPT to explain the variances, and it would also make it more relevant in your context. You can also copy all of the instructions that you have, say, in the SOP commentary into the instruction space here, and then go and create. Now this option here talks about whom you're going to share your custom GPT with. It could be only me in case it is meant to be used by you only. Another option is to create a chat GPT and create a link and share that link with the people whom you want to share your GPT with. The third option is publishing it on the GPT store, which will make it available to the public. So for now, I'm going for only me. Now, time for some testing. So this is how my BNL looks like. And let's look at the commentary it has generated. Now, looking at the commentary the GPT has generated, looks like it has considered some of the instructions that I've given it and it has skipped a few. For example, it has rightly started writing the commentary by calculating the variance and the variance percentage and showing it here, because in my prompt I've just written give me the commentary for the variance. So it has correctly calculated and put it in the table here. Now looking at the variance for revenue, which is 20K, I've seen it a couple of times that somehow the GPT is not able to take care of the formatting instruction, because it somehow in background it tries to make the text bold by putting these two stars, which I'm not really aware the reason behind this. Second thing that it has correctly considered is I've asked it to format the variance in thousands, which it has done as 20K. Also, it has split the variance into the driving factors. Remember, if you could remember, we have given it a mapping there, which you can customize as per your own context. This will definitely save you time in terms of writing everything from scratch every single time, and it does throw up some new ideas in case you are doing it for the very first time, as what could be the driving reasons. Now let's look at something like salaries. So salaries is just 8.3%. And if you could recall, in our instructions, we've asked it to comment only if the variance is plus minus 10%, and if it doesn't meet the threshold, you can write in line with budget. So it has correctly followed. If you look at this, it has followed our bullet point format. It has not been able to do the formatting as bold, and it has given us 2-3 clear reasons for each and every variance. And then it has explained the variance in thousands by adding a suffix k. Again, it has not been able to do justice to wrap up the negatives into parentheses. It has done something here, so looks like it has tried but failed. And this instruction where I have asked it to use language like due to, driven by, it has used like due to. I would say it has still done a decent job and does save you a lot of time in case you would have to start it right from the scratch. This is still helpful.